TV channel, and welcome back to some more Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord. Today we're going to be diving in with some more In the Name of Jerusalem 2, this time taking a look at a brand new feature that they've recently added into the latest update. This, of course, by the thumbnail and the intro of the video, you guys would have guessed it is naval combat. So this is how the modders of the Third Crusade mod team are going to be kind of handling naval combat in the mod, how they're going to basically deal with all of these clashes rather than just teleporting like Total War style to an island. You're going to be fighting it out on ships in these brutal maps. And if you want to keep up to date with Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord mods, make sure you go ahead and drop a like and a comment down below, and of course subscribe to the channel. We're currently closing in on 220,000 subscribers. I will also of course leave the In the Name of Jerusalem 2 mod down below in the description, so you can go ahead and check out their Discord. Of course, the mod isn't actually released yet, it's currently in kind of closed testing, but every single update just brings us closer and closer to a final release, and you can really just tell how much work they're putting in, really trying to make this a completely different game, adding in amazing features like this. So let's just dive into a battle so you guys can get a quick idea about how these actually do work. So there is no like maneuvering, there is no moving your ships. You are put on a battle map of ships basically and forced to duke it out. I believe the current spawning system is that it kind of goes enemy ship, allied ship, enemy ship, allied ship, so your spawns of your troops are very spread out and different, which I actually really like, because it means that you're not immediately just kind of like fighting out from this bubble. It kind of creates a very chaotic and interesting engagement, and you're going from ship to ship clearing out the enemy, and they're going from ship to ship clearing you out. So yeah, it creates a really interesting and dynamic battle. It would be interesting if they could like change this up as well, maybe, so that, you know, it's a little bit random. It's not necessarily completely the same every single time, and maybe there'll be a certain skill that you can level up to go ahead and improve your coordination. I don't know, I'm just spitballing. But yeah, the maps are set up right now with these medieval ships, and yeah, you're basically tasked with just clearing out the enemy. There are artillery placed on these ships, so you can go ahead and mount these ballistas, utilize them to shoot the enemy, which is again very effective. You can pierce through enemy armor, heavy knightly armor very effectively, and again, missile troops are deadly in these type of battles. You would have seen at the beginning of this engagement that I'm showing off on your screen right now, like the crossbows immediately got a big old volley off and hammered my soldiers before we even got a chance to react to it. Like, we were just chilling in our spawn, and then immediately the Italian crossbowman just fired off a volley, killed like half my soldiers, and then we had to continue to fight at that disadvantage, close the distance, and then make our way onto enemy ships. Also, do keep in mind as well that this is like the first iteration of these type of battles. I would imagine, you know, as the this concept gets more and more improved, they're going to be implementing bigger ships, bigger maps for, you know, larger battles basically. But yeah, again, you can really see just how things are going to work in the mod, which is cool. I believe this battle I'm currently fighting was around about, I think I had about 80 men and the AI had roughly around about 50. So it was a decent 120 man battle, and it was spread across 4 ships. But of course, when you start to get to the large numbers, like the 1,000 man battles, the 2,000 man battles, you're probably going to need some bigger ships to go ahead and deal with that. And one thing as well that I think would be really cool is the different types of ships depending on what culture you are. You know, if you're going to be in the Norman culture, you're going to have different ships to say to something like Saladin or the Holy Roman Empire, and different factions are going to utilize that. Something as well that I really hope they lean into is not only these battle maps now being a thing, but these battle maps enabling more campaign kind of, I guess, sea gameplay, being able to make it so that you move like considerably faster at sea, but maybe your upkeep goes through the roof and you consume way more supplies. But what's the better, you know, alternative? Marching an army from Greece to the other end of Turkey, you know, that's going to take a long time, whereas you could just sail from like the bottom of Greece and Crete, and you sail and make it within like a day or two. I think something like that would be a really cool system. When they finally end up balancing like upkeep, that could be a great great way to actually implement that system. I also think as well, having like proper sea bandits who maybe have like really well-equipped soldiers for naval combat, maybe like a bunch of javelins they can like hit and run and then pull out a sword and shield and then throw themselves in. Like, them actual units were very effective, as you saw in the battle replays, that, you know, their crossbows and whoever can kind of get these missiles off right away really do turn the tide of battle in their favor. So I think overall it's just a really cool implementation of the naval battles. Of course, we're going to be getting bigger maps, we're going to get smaller maps, I'm sure, and different types of ships in general, mounted probably with different armaments. Being really cool. Yeah, if we got maybe like a massive, when it's like a really large scale battle, maybe you do end up with like a big old catapult or something that you can just fire into the enemy position, which, yeah, would be really fun. Probably a lot of friendly fire would 100% be had. But yeah, it's a really cool implementation of the naval battles, and I think hopefully we'll just see this thing get more and more developed. I mean, the dev team are doing an amazing thing. If we jump to actually, yeah, this right here, you'll be able to see that this was such a small thing that they actually implemented into the mod, and it was really impressive to see kind of these small details coming in. It simply is just more animations for your character when you're in the party screen, when you're in your character screen, or in your inventory screen. But them extra animations really, like, I feel like went a very long way in just creating a more immersive scene, a more immersive environment that I was like, oh wow, why isn't that in vanilla? I mean, again, this entire video, naval combat and everything should be in vanilla, but still, nonetheless, I thought it was just a really cool system, and something very small that they implemented that, again, just helps to give a better feeling of polish for the mod itself. And yeah, I'm very impressed. I think in this update as well, they added in more grenade throwers, which again is called Nafatoons for the Ayyubid Sultanate. Utilizing them is going to be deadly. I'm not sure if they're actual mercenaries or if they're a recruitable unit from a certain place. I imagine there'll be, like, you know, specific areas where you'll be able to get them from and utilize them. And yeah, they're just doing great things with this mod. Like, they're adding in as many features as they can, and not just like simple features. They're really going above and beyond, which is honestly really impressive. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought of the naval combat down below in the description. I'd be really interested to see what people's opinions are on this. Hopefully it is a simple stepping stone to even more enhanced naval gameplay, because again, imagine now that you have this, you could really start to do some fun stuff with the naval, you know, kingdoms. There is, you know, a lot of islands in this map. There's an entire kingdom which is just on Cyprus, and you could really have a lot of fun, like, building up, making them into a naval power, you know, maybe actually having like a fleet system that you actually have to manage your ships, and the AI also has to do that. Because one of the things as well that I really like about In the Name of Jerusalem 2, with their fatigue system, with their water system, a lot of their mechanics, they make sure that the AI can also implement them at least somewhat effectively, which again, I think is so good. And yeah, maybe a cool like fleet system where you actually have to buy and sell ships at capacity, and yeah, more like, you know, a harsher upkeep when you're on sea and stuff, I think would be really cool. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of it down below in the comments. Is there anything specifically you'd like to see from this? Of course, I'll leave a link to the In the Name of Jerusalem 2 Discord down below in the description, so you guys can check it out for yourself. One of the best ways to keep up to date with the mod is, of course, being in their Discord. The second is obvious, is to subscribe to the channel, help us on our way. And of course, if you enjoyed this, you want to see more Bannerlord updates, don't forget to drop a like on the video, and I'll see you in the next one.